The agenda is write a PowerShell script to stop and start the website in the local machine, right? Okay. So వెబ్సైట్ని డీల్ చేయాలి అంటే ఒక సర్వర్లో వెబ్సైట్ హోస్ట్ చేయాలి అంటే ఫస్ట్ ఆ వెబ్సైట్ సెటప్కి కావాల్సిన ఇన్ఫ్రాస్ట్రక్చర్ ఉందా లేదా అన్నది చూసుకోవాలి. దట్ కెన్ బి ఇన్ఫ్రాస్ట్రక్చర్ ఆర్ దట్ కెన్ బి సర్వీస్, like Windows service, right? So yeah, now what actually we need to set up websites? We need in Windows servers to set up websites a service, and that is called Internet Information Service, in shortcut IIS, right? So let's open the PowerShell. Let's open the PowerShell and execute start process services.msc. Okay, now identify the service name called Internet Information Service. Nothing, right? Okay, so in Windows 10 server, if you want to, basically till Windows 10 OS, in any of the client OSs, the Internet Information Services was not available. But in Windows 10 client OS, you can enable the Internet Information Service by adding the Windows feature. So to add a Windows feature, you're supposed to enable the feature in the control panel, appfish.cpl. So now open appfish.cpl, please. Wait a minute. I mean, without verifying the same in the services.msc, how can you ensure that Internet Information Services feature is enabled or not? When you open run and type inetmgr, yeah, no, only inetmgr, not node.msc, inetmgr. So if you execute this, a services window will be pop up. If the Internet Information Service Manager is installed, then only this window will be appeared. Okay, so as we are getting a Windows cannot find an NVIDIA, that means in this machine Internet Information Service is not enabled yet. So let's enable that. So to enable that, what we need to do, we need to go to all programs wizard, which is shortcut for appwiz.cpl, and then go to turn Windows switches on or off, and then go to the settings, please. Now select the Internet Information Services, please. Select the root level. Yes. Yeah. Pick all IIS6 management compatibility, please. Expand the point. Select everything under IIS6 management compatibility. Guys, all of you make sure that this, if you are using Windows 10 OS, all of you please make sure that this Internet Information Services feature is enabled in Windows features, and you are required to restart the machine in some cases to take the changes affected. Now can you see the service is installed? Maybe you need to restart the system to take effect here. It's fine. But when you execute the inet mgr, you are able to see the web services page is available now, right? Yeah, can you click on the desktop please? On top. In the inet mgr page, click on desktop. Yeah. If somebody asks you to stop the internet information services, you can stop in the right side. You can click on the stop in the right side. Okay. When somebody asks you to start the IA services, you can stop and start, or you can click on restart. Okay. This is the one of the major issue that you will be facing when you are dealing with the web servers actually. Sometimes the websites may not be respond. In that case, you're supposed to ask like, can you restart the IIS service on the servers? Then you just need to go to inetmgr and go to the desktop, the machine level, and click on restart. That's it. Or if your server is having hosted multiple websites, then go to the particular website and click on stop and start. Can you go to the default website please? Default website in the left down. Now click on stop and start. In the right side, manage website. If you want to restart, you can click on directly restart. Okay. So now website, the internet information services are available, installed, and now you have seen a default website is created. So let's right click on the default website please. Right click on the default website and go to manage website and click on browse. Click on browse so that your website will be accessible. Okay. Can you can you stop the website please for a second? Stop the website. Now refresh the page please. Refresh the page. Okay. Now start the website. Yeah. Okay. So whenever the service is in starting mode, whenever the service is started, then only you will be able to access the website. If the service is in stop mode, then you won't be able to access the website. Okay, so now we have executed this step using the graphical user interface, right? So let's execute the same step using PowerShell. Yeah, go to PowerShell please, and copy the agenda and paste it to place. Copy the agenda and paste it here. Save the PowerShell script please. IAS, not reset. IAS. Okay. Now, to list out the websites, those are configured on your machine, on your local machine. So what exactly the command that you need to use and what exactly the module that you need to use? First, list out the modules those are installed in this machine by executing get module. So here you can see that there are no modules are available in this current session to deal with the web administration or IS administration, right? So you know that to deal with the internet information services, you are supposed to have a module called either web administration or IIS administration. So as we have already installed those modules, we can import the same. You can use IIS administration or you can use web administration as well. Anything will be fine. Okay, but you're not. I mean, you are. I mean, you know that you can use IIS administration module to deal with the Internet Information Services Manager with PowerShell. But you're not sure about which commandlets you're going to use. I mean, you're not sure about which commandlets you should use. In that case, what you should do? Display the commandlets of that particular module. So to display the commandlets of the particular module, what you need to do? Get command to display the modules of the particular module. Get command, pass the parameter called module name, module. Yeah, that's it. Now pass the module name, please. Click on tab. Yep, execute it. Maximize the blue screen, please. And maximize the console screen, please. This is called console screen, not blue screen. Okay, so these are the different commandlets available in IIS administration module to deal with the INET MGR console. So we want to read the information from the INET MGR console. So obviously to read the information, what kind of verb you will be using? Get, right? Get. I mean, if you want to read some information from anything, obviously you're going to use the verb called get. So let's use get. In the get, which commandlet? I mean, we have multiple commandlets here in the get. So which commandlet we need to use? Simple. We want to read the information about the site. So let's identify which commandlet is having get and which commandlet is having site in the commandlet. That's it. You need to open your PowerShell using administrator privilege. Yep. Clear screen, please. Guys, all of you are on the same page as of now.
This is money.
That's a non-administrative session. This one is a administrative session. So obviously the modules which are loaded in the non-administrative session won't be part of the administration session. You need to import the module once again. Can you see website is available here? Website is displayed here. The website name is default website. Does the name match with the output in the PowerShell and the name available in the inetmgl console? Right? Yeah, now click on the right click. Now right click on the sites. Now right click on the sites. Add website. Give some name. Mahesh website. Something. Yep. Click on create. To create a website, you need to map the physical path. Go to the physical path, please. Click on physical path. Yeah, pick some folder. Pick some folder. Map any folder. Basically, you need to map the folder where exactly the code for website is available. Okay. So at this point, I just want to create a dummy site. That's why I'm just asking you to map any folder. Yeah. Click on OK. Click on OK. That's fine. We can modify. Click on S. Okay. Now in the right side, now you can click on bindings here. Bindings. Now add. Sorry, don't add. Come back. Don't add. Come back. So select the values in the table. Select the values in the table. 80. Edit. Make it 81 or 82 because 80 is being used for localhost website. I mean default website. Yep. Okay. Click on close. Now start the website, please. Now go to PowerShell. Yeah, you can go to PowerShell now once it is checked. Okay, that's fine. Don't have permission. That's fine. Leave it. Now go to PowerShell and execute the same commandlet to display. Execute the same commandlet to display the number of websites those are available in this local machine. Close the PowerShell session and load it once again, please. Maybe the data didn't get refreshed. You can close the PowerShell as administrator and open the PowerShell as administrator and then execute the commandlet to get the number of websites those are available in this local machine. All of you can see Mahesh created a Mahesh website. So now the Mahesh website is visible when you execute the list of websites to be displayed on the PowerShell console, right? So now go to website, please. Now go to inetMGR console, please. Now both the websites are in running mode, right? So that's why you are getting, go to a particular website. Yeah. Now you can see the status is started, right? So let us stop this website using PowerShell. Don't stop it using PowerShell. Go to PowerShell console, please. Now execute now list out the commandlets and identify which commandlet is suitable to make our desired operation, like stopping the website. So now identify the keywords like stop, and we are going to stop the website. So we need to pick the site in the noun. So we have only one commandlet to stop with those parameters matching. That commandlet is called stop IIS site. Yes. Now click on tab. Okay, that's fine. Yep, click on S2R. Now execute get IIS site. Can you see the status of the website is stopped here? Okay, this is a kind of stopping the website. Now we can execute the different approach to stop the website. Like, now execute the get IIS site only. Get IIS site. Okay, so yeah, execute it. When you execute, you are getting the multiple websites. Those are hosted on the same machine in the inetMGR console, right? But I would like to start the website when it is stopped. So without using start website in this command, L only. So let's execute something different. Now list out the information of the websites which are in stopped state only. So for that one, what we need to do? Get IIS site, and can you identify which are the parameters associated with this command, please? Just type hyphen, that's it. Okay, so we don't have any specific parameter to deal with the start or stop type. So let's identify the, let's go with the name parameter. Open the name parameter, please. Pass on the name parameter, please. Now give a space and click and tab. Give M and then type. Type M and then click and tab. Don't give any dot slash. Don't give any dot slash. Just type M, that's it. Okay, you can directly type the name then. Maybe it's not populating automatically. You can directly type the name Mahesh website. Execute this. So this is to get a particular information. This is to get the information of the particular website. So as it is stopped, we want to start this. So now how you need to, or how you want to, or how you can do the starting of the website. Basically, to start the website, what you will do? Start website by passing the name, and this is another way of starting the websites. Like whether if the site is available, then start the website. So to execute multiple commandlets at the same time by passing on the one commandlet's output to the different command by passing on the input from the commandlet of the from the output of the commandlet to a different commandlet. We will be going to use a feature called piping in PowerShell. So that's how we're going to use this. So whenever you pass on the pipe symbol, then the output of the first commandlet will be passed to the next commandlet. Now you can see Mahesh website is in started mode now. Right? All of you.
Right.
Any questions as of now about how to install Internet Information Manager console and how to configure a dummy website, which is not about what we expected or what actually ideal website. We just created a dummy website. That's it. And hope you are good to do now how to start a website and how to stop a website and how to get the information of available website in the machine and how to get the information of a particular website in the machine, right?
Yes, Money.
Okay, now can you go to agenda please? Perfect. Okay, that's fine. It's not the right moment to discuss it. We need to do more practice step. Okay. Go to the PowerShell please. Okay. Make a clear thing please. Yeah. In the script you can write down. List out the websites. In the next line, make a commented line please. Yeah. List out the websites available on the local machine. So whenever you say local machine, you don't need to specify any machine name. That's why I'm saying local machine. If you want to get the information of the remote machines, you need to create a invoke session there. Okay. So you know the answer for this. Which commandlet you need to execute? To list out the available websites, which commandlet you need to execute? Get IIS site. That's it. Yep. Now execute the get IIS site. I mean, you can write down the there after the second one. Next line. Okay, next slide. Take a 2 line gap, please, and then make a commented line, please. Like list out the specific website. List out the specific website. Yeah. Next line. Get IIS site. Pass on the parameter name. Get IIS site. Pass on the parameter name, and then you can type the website name. In this case, website name is Mahesh website. That's right. Okay. Now stop the website. Stop the website. Stop IIS site. Pass on the parameter name. Now start the website. start IIS site. Pass the parameter name, accordingly website. So this is about how to start and how to stop and how to read the information of the website using PowerShell. Right? Now make a clear screen please. Now let's create a new website using PowerShell. Okay. So identify which is the commandlet that you need to use to create a website. So how to identify commandlet which are available to do the same? Exactly. We need to identify, we need to list out the commandlets available for that particular module. And as we want to create a new, so obviously the commandlet start with new. So new IIS site is the commandlet that you need to use to create a new website. Execute the same. That's fine. You don't need to pass any parameters. Let's execute. So as this commandlet is designed to accept the mandatory, as this commandlet is designed to deal with the parameters as mandatory. So when we execute this commandlet, it is asking us to give the name. We can give test website. Name means website name. So test website. Next, it is expecting you to pass a path. Just give any folder path. Any folder path is fine. Yes, next. Binding information. Binding information. So to find out the binding information, you need to pass some parameters, but you're not sure about what parameters you need to pass, right? So in this case, how to find those information? Just give the empty, click on enter. So now your website is not created. So as you are not sure about what to pass for this binding information, in this case, how to identify what kind of information that you need to pass? Simple. First, let us read the information of the website, and then we can pass the similar values, or we can take it as a reference and let us pass the customized values to fix it. Okay, let's execute the get IIS site please for a particular website. So what exactly bindings are here? HTTP space star colon 80 colon, right? So yeah, that information we need to pass, like HTTP star colon 82 colon, because we cannot use the same port for multiple websites. You can start creating once again please from the scratch. Yeah, pass on the parameters accordingly. Pass on the values to the parameters accordingly.
HTTPS కాదు HTTPS కి అయితే 443.
A colon, not dot. So you're not sure still how to pass this value, right? Yep. Let us make execute in a different way. As it is saying the binding information is invalid, let's do something else. Clear screen, please. Now execute the information for a particular website. Execute the line number 6, that's fine. Okay. Now apply the select object filter here. Just click on up arrow. Click on up arrow. No, get IS site command. Get IS site command. Copy and paste here. Okay. Now pass on the pipe symbol, please. Now apply the select object. Select object. Yeah. Bindings. Property. The type is property and property name is bindings. Apply bindings. Bindings. No. That's it. Execute. So now take a variable and assign this commandlet to that variable. You don't need to worry like that. Remove please. Remove please. Just click on up arrow. Now go to the starting of the commandlet and type like dollar binding is equal. That's it. Yep. Execute now. Now execute the dollar binding variable, please. Print the dollar binding variable, please. Binding. Click and tap. Yep. Binding dot bindings. Yep. We need to get the variable type here. Now dollar binding dot bindings. Yeah. So this binding variable has 3 parameters to be dealt, like protocol, binding information, SSL flags. So now we need to figure out, or we need to identify how to pass on this binding information to website. Okay. So now create a website and just pass like star colon 82 colon. That's it. New website, please. New IIS site. Yeah. Physical path. Yeah. Now star colon 82 colon. That's it. Colon. Execute. All of you clear now? How exactly? If you are facing any kind of invalid argument or invalid data or invalid any kind of, then you need to identify what exactly and which format exactly the data or the values are getting passed on to the particular services or particular parameters, particular variables. Okay, so this is a kind of way that you can find. And basically if you see, the value is http space star colon 81 colon only, but it is an object. That's why it has 3 parameters defined in it, 3 properties defined in that object. So the binding information is expecting us to provide only a So I just figured out the way that what exactly is the information that I need to pass. And how do I observe or how do I identify this star colon 81 colon only to be passed? Because of the name of the property. In the name of the property, where exactly you can see star colon 81 colon, the property name is binding information. So to the new IIS site commandlet, what exactly it is expecting? Binding information, right? So that's why I didn't pass HTTPS. I just passed star colon 82 colon. That's it. Any questions about this? Yeah, now you can display the all the websites in this local machine using the respective command list mesh. Okay, this is how you create a new website in the service. So let us delete the website. Can you identify which commandlet is available to delete the website, please? The website name that you passed is not exactly what is available. So hope all of you are able to see that test website which is available just before execution of the duration is deleted now. Now you can see only two websites. So Mahesh, now execute the command get IIS site for particular website and pass on the remove parameter as a pipe symbol after the pipe symbol, please. Pass on verbose parameter, please. Execute. So till now, if you execute any commandlet, you was not able to identify or you were not able to get any clue what's happening in the. But now, when you pass on the verbose parameter, you can see that deletion is executing in the background, right? Now execute the get IIS site. Okay, execute. Okay. So this is the default website that is available on the machine as of now. And we have created the websites manually and deleted the websites manually and using the PowerShell as well. Yeah, we're done for the day. Now I'm stopping the recording.